World's Top 10s presents the 10 most expensive cars in the world. Number 10 is Rolls-Royce Phantom Serenity. Cost $1.1 million. It used to be that owning one of the most expensive cars in the world was a sufficient display of wealth. Today, however, it seems like every YouTube rap sensation or Saudi prince can afford a Maybach. Rare models just don't seem rare anymore. Enter the bespoke car. Luxury manufacturers have begun to emphasize customization, creating unique takes on high-end models that are as much pieces of art as they are automobiles. Case in point, the Rolls-Royce Phantom Serenity, a unique version of a well-known Phantom coupe with a tranquil pearl paint job and an interior that draws on Japanese artwork. While the outside of the car is the very portrait of austerity, the interior is a temple to opulence, with silk upholstery inspired by the textiles of Imperial China. Number 9 is Zendo TS1G. Cost $1.2 million. Zendo is probably best known for being the only supercar manufacturer from Denmark, and for an unfortunate Top Gear test in which one of its cars caught fire on the track. The company persevered through that moment of bad publicity, building an even more extreme supercar to celebrate its 10th anniversary. The Zendo TS1G's creators nicknamed this beast Sleipnir, after the Norse god Odin's eight-legged horse. To live up to that name, Zendo equipped the TS1GT with a 5.8-liter twin supercharged V8 that churns out 1,163 horsepower and 811 pounds-feet. All of that power goes to the rear wheels through a 7-speed transmission developed by Zendo itself. Number 8 is Aston Martin 177. Cost $1.4 million to be sure. 1.4 million is a popular number in the supercar world, because that's what it took to get your hands on this limited edition Aston. We say took because all 77 units have been spoken for, so if you were hoping to channel your inner bond with this car, your luck has unfortunately run out. Arguably the most classically handsome car on this list, the 177 is built around a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, with a handcrafted aluminum body providing its sophisticated, aggressive look. Number 7 is Ferrari Aperta. Cost $1.40 million plus the Ferrari hardtop debuted in 2013 alongside the McLaren P1 and Porsche 918 Spider as part of the holy trinity of hybrid supercars, but it quickly disappeared after a production run of just 499 units. Now it's back open-top Aperta form. The Ferrari Aperta combines an open-air driving experience with the V12 hybrid goodness of the original Ferrari. A 6.3-liter 12-cylinder engine is mated to a kinetic energy recover system inspired by the ones used in Ferrari's F1 cars. The result is 949 horsepower and 663 pounds-feet. Like the hardtop, the Aperta will do 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 3.0 seconds, and reach a top speed of 217 miles per hour. Number 6 is Lamborghini Centenario LP 774. Cost $1.9 million. Ferrari Lamborghini, the man who founded one of Italy's most iconic car brands, would have turned 100 years old in 2016. To celebrate, Lamborghini created the Centenario, a $1.9 million magnum opus that is equally at home on the racetrack as it is on a bedroom wall poster, and clearly one of the most expensive cars in the world. Longer, larger, yet lighter than the Aventador supercar, the carbon fiber Centenario features an exterior that is both beautiful and functional. The aerodynamic bumper fins, hood vents, wheel blades, and powerful rear hunches are all sculpted to keep the limited edition vehicle glued to the ground, and Lambo says the Centenario is twice as aerodynamically efficient as the Aventador. Number 5 is McLaren P1 GTR. Cost $2 million. If you're one of those people who finds the McLaren P1 tame, first off, see a doctor. After that, check out the track-only version, called the P1 GTR. It references the McLaren F1 GTR racer from the 1990s, but the P1 GTR is no race car, like the Vulcan, FXX and Sesto Elemento. It's built to go around a circuit as fast as possible. Just for fun, the GTR uses the same 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V8 hybrid powertrain as the standard P1, but it's tuned to produce 986 horsepower instead of 903 horsepower. Number 4 is Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. Cost $2.2 million. The Sesto Elemento embraces minimalism like few other cars on the planet. Its chassis, body, drive shaft, and suspension components are all crafted from carbon fiber, meaning this 570 horsepower demon weighs less than a Honda Fit. As you might expect, the upshot is incredible. 0 to 60 miles per hour comes in a motorbike rivaling 2.5 seconds, and the car will sniff 200 miles per hour if you have enough road. With that type of acceleration, you won't notice the lack of infotainment, massaging seats, or hand-stitched upholstery, because this car is meant for one thing: speed. It does have air conditioning and a stereo, though. Number 3 is Aston Martin Vulcan. Cost $2.3 million. Purpose-built track cars seem to be all the rage these days, and Aston Martin recently jumped on the bandwagon in a big way. The Vulcan isn't legal on the road, hence its honorable mention status, but if you happen to snag one of the 24 examples made, you're very lucky indeed. The Vulcan may look like a spaceship, but it's actually a tribute to old-school analog feel. Instead of a high-tech hybrid system, it relies on the pure grunt of a naturally aspirated 7.0-liter V12. That massive engine produces over 800 horsepower, which is sent to the rear wheels through a 6-speed sequential gearbox. Number 2 is Ferrari FXX. Cost $2.7 million. The Ferrari LaFerrari is a vehicle held back by one thing: the law. Emissions standards and safety equipment add considerable bulk to a near-perfect machine, so for the track-only FXX, the car bows only to physics. The standard car's output of 950 horsepower was boosted to a downright silly 1035 horsepower in FXX guise, and its various body modifications have increased downforce by up to 50%. Number 1 is Mercedes-Benz Maybach Exlero. Cost $8 million. By far the most expensive car on our list, the Maybach Exlero makes its appearance under honorable mentions due to its one-off status. The Maybach was also built way back in 2004, but that actually makes its sticker price more impressive. Adjusted for inflation, the Exlero would cost around $10.1 million in the US today, which is close to the GDP of a small island nation. Money and Maybach are about as closely related as peanut butter and jelly, but the two-door further justifies its cost with a 700 horsepower, twin-turbo V12 and luxurious amenities.